My name is Adrian Nanchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. And I'm talking about what not to do with your life. There's a principle that I follow called the 40-40-40 rule, which talks about working 40 hours a week for 40 years, and because of inflation, your savings are only worth 40% less when you come to retire. Why would you want to work for somebody else as an employee and essentially build another entrepreneur's dream when, with the right kind of marketing acumen and financial knowledge and business knowledge, you can start your own business, and when you expand your own comfort zone enough, you have the tenacity to build a business. Because in the world we live in now, you can monetize every kind of passion and niche and genre and art. You can monetize everything when you've got the right kind of knowledge of how to monetize it. When people tell you that there's no money in art, don't believe that. Two reasons. One, there's an old English saying, which is any old rope. People will buy anything, and this is true. I got one of my businesses. I'm selling potatoes for like £15.98. People will buy anything. And secondly, when you have the right kind of business acumen and marketing talent, or certainly skill, which can be learned by the way, you can monetize anything. There's so much opportunity out there, it's ridiculous. And people go their entire lives, they spend 40 hours a week for 40 years building another entrepreneur's dream. Just get the right kind of knowledge yourself and build your own dream. This is why I say This is why I say jobs don't have futures. People do. Jobs can be replaced and lost. You can redundant and etc. etc. But you're gonna still be around. Your passion, your desire, your characteristic will still be around. So monetize it. Learn how to be an entrepreneur, and use that skill and become the person you want to be. Become the person you want to be, and be the change you want to see in your life. Recently, I saw an old friend of mine. And they commented that, Adrian, I heard you gone all entrepreneurial. And I said to them, yeah, I realised that between the choice of working for somebody else or working for myself, I realised that working for myself is better. So when you become an entrepreneur and work for yourself, you're really living life to your own standard, to your own definition, building your own dream, building your own future, taking control of your own life. People call having a job the golden handcuffs, where you got the income and the employment, but you've got the drudgery of being somewhere. 40 hours a week. You've got to be somewhere. I don't want to do that. I don't like commuting. Well, no. I don't like driving during rush hour, because what could be a half an hour, 20-minute journey turns into a 40-minute, 60-minute journey. Don't like that. It's not fun. So what not to do with your life is don't be an employee. I'm not saying don't have a job, it's wrong or evil, but I'm saying it's not smart. 40 years from now, you will look back and say, on your deathbed, 100 years from now even, you'll look back and say, oh, I worked too much, I wish I'd enjoyed my life more, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that. Regret comes more from inaction rather than action. So this is why I try and project myself into the future, age 123, and say, and look at the big picture of my life, the entire big picture, and say, what regrets did I make? And I could predict years ago, 3 or so years ago, that had I gone down the path of employment and being an employee, I would have regretted it years from now. A few years ago, I saw an article by Gabe Newell. Gabe Newell is the founder of Steam, the founder of Steam as well, but also he's the founder or CEO of Valve, and that's one of the biggest games company in the games industry. Because I used to want to work in the games industry. And there was an article I read years ago that talked about Gabe's advice on how to get a job in the games industry. And he said, give yourself the job. Give yourself a job. Something along to that. I looked for the article, I can't really find it. And that notion of giving yourself the job, one, spurred me subconsciously to become an entrepreneur in general, but also looking back I realised in hindsight that he was on the right track. Give yourself the job. There's all the software, there's all the talent to build the games. You just need the missing piece of the puzzle, which is the business side, and that was not taught at university, unfortunately. Just learn how the hell to sell stuff, how the hell to do marketing, how the hell to monetize, business models, stuff like that, And then you can take your passion, your desire, your niche, your dream and monetize it. It's not your boss's job to make you rich, it's your job. In fact, some would say that a job stands for just over broke. And some also would say that a job will make you a living, a business will make you a fortune, or something like that. But the idea is that a job, you're limiting yourself. If you look from an economics point of view, from a monetary point of view, if you're getting paid £10 an hour, that limits you to, in theory, £240 a day in a 24-hour period. But that's if you work a 24-hour shift, and not everyone works 24-hour shift. So you're limiting yourself right there. So it's a ceiling. But that probably is the real glass ceiling, by the way. It's all inside, introspection. What are you doing wrong? What could you do better? So that's what I would not do with my life. Employment. Because with the right knowledge, which can easily be acquired, go onto Amazon, buy some books, go into Kindle, download some free books, go into YouTube, go into Coursera, learn the stuff. 90% of the stuff that you could learn at university is all online. And 90% of the stuff you need to know about business is all online. Admittedly, it's all in fragments, like one great big giant jigsaw puzzle, everywhere, but it's all out there, it can be found, and you just piece it together like a jigsaw puzzle of knowledge. Once you find it all, you have a big picture of what the hell to do. It's amazing. A lot of opportunity out there, but not everyone takes advantage of it. And that's what I would do with my life. What opportunity? What problems can I solve for people? What dots can I connect for people to solve a problem? Money is a result of my actions of solving a problem. But what I do, what can I do? That's what I would not do. And that's what I suggest you don't do either. Just go out there and get a job. No, learn how to be an entrepreneur, learn how to do marketing, take your passion, take your knowledge, take your skill, and work with it. Do something cool with it. Become the person you want to be. Be the change you want to see in the world. What difference do you want to make in the world? What do you advocate? What do you talk about? What do you always think is the answer to something? There's so much more than 40, 40, 40. There's so much more than working for 40 hours a week, 40 years, and then retiring, and plus with inflation, your savings are worth 40% less. There's so much more to life than that. You weren't just born to live, work and die. No. If this is your first time to the channel, subscribe, because this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. Subscribe and you'll see me again soon.